Hey, good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know, a lot of times when people grow these giant pumpkins, they actually do hand pollination to try to control the genetics of the pumpkin seed so that the following year they know exactly what they're starting with. And some of these guys get, go over the top, I guess, and there's a whole like family tree of pumpkins online and stuff that you can follow along and try to pick the best seeds for the following year. Um, so for me this year, on my two main plants, this Chad new plant here and this other Chad new plant, I self-pollinated them, and I actually did what's called a selfie. So I took a male flower from that plant and pollinated itself. And then same with this one, I took a male flower from that plant and pollinated itself. So I don't have any cross-pollination going on between plants. And what that means, so some people don't know, on the pumpkin plant, there's two different types of flowers. Obviously, there's a male flower and a female flower. Um, they both will open up, typically only one day, and then they will close up. You can tell the male flower from the female that this is the male flower here. You can kind of see a long stem, and then just the flower that opens up, and the stamen there is inside. The female flower typically will be near the end of the plant, at the tips of the plants, and it will have a kind of a little pumpkin behind it. So there's the female flower open. You can see the different lobes there, and then behind it here you see kind of a baby pumpkin there. So to pollinate this manually, it's just as simple as cutting off one or multiple male flowers and ripping the leaves off. Here, let me just show you here. I'll just show you one example. Let me pause this for a minute. I will tear the leaves off. So it ends up looking like this here. And then it's just as simple as going over to the female pumpkin and doing what the bees do, which the bees will fly around in here and do their thing. So once you do this, a lot of growers will actually tie up the female flower, tie up the petals to prevent any sort of bees or other pollinators to come in and ruin their pollination. So I've been taking zip ties and coming around and just zip tying these up. Another thing they will do is they will actually take the male flowers inside at night. So they will cut them the night before. So you can kind of tell some of these male flowers right before they're about to open. Just see if I can find any here. I guess I don't see any that are almost ready to open. Let's see if I can find one. You can kind of tell if they will be coming open the next day or two. And you can cut them off, take them inside, put them in some water for the night, and then the following morning, they will open up. So here's one down here, I guess. You can kind of see that's a male flower that's not developed yet. That might open tomorrow or the next day. You can kind of tell right before the night which ones are going to open the next day. You can cut them off, take them inside, put them in some water, and that way in the next morning they are open and ready to pollinate. That way you can really control the pollination. You know that no bees have been inside those males, contaminating them from other neighborhood squash plants or other non-Atlantic giant pumpkins. So anyway, that's how you do it. I'm not too concerned about these plants here. I'm just kind of letting them open pollinate for the most part. But I did tightly control the pollination of these two Chad new plants. So anyway, that's just a quick overview. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.